Okay, everybody, we are back with Tyler Perry's comedy drama Sistas, Season 5, Episode 19, Truth Hurts. And the truth is, my feelings are still hurt about this episode, stemming from last week's episode. My feelings still hurt. I don't care. And that's the truth. So we gonna get on with this recap because honestly, my spirit is off with this recap today. And I'm going to do the best that I can to get through it without having attitude about things. Some of y'all might have liked it, but your girl Barbie J is still in a funk. So let's get started. So it starts over Karen getting off the elevator, overhearing Andy what she stated is a private conversation. And then she told Karen that she did not give her the key to her apartment for her to barge in whenever she wants to. I said, you tell her. So Karen said that she came by to apologize. And Andy said, well, you do owe me that. And Karen said the nerve to say, no, she doesn't, but she's doing it anyways. I was like, what? And then Andy says that she has a right to be upset this time after the way Karen attacked her in her home. And then Andy told both of them that she is their friend. She's both of their friends and would never betray them. And she told Karen, I'm sick of this ish. And Karen had the nerve to be smirking like it was funny to her. So then Fatima's telling Karen, that Zach seems to think she set him up and all that stuff. And she said, I don't know who took that picture and I didn't do it. And they went back and forth about how Andy didn't tell her something that she knew, and Andy's letting them know that she will not tell one of them what the other one said and the other what the other one said. She let it be known. So Fatima asked Karen, so why'd you kiss Zach? And Karen tells Fatima, if you won't be standing there with all this attitude, then you might not find out why I did. And Fatima's like, look, I'm standing here trying to be calm as I can. I was like, whatever, Fatima. And Karen said, good. I hugged and kissed the father of my child on his cheek, not on his lips, which I could have, but didn't. I said, you see, Fatima, now you should feel bad because Zach told you he didn't kiss her, but you didn't listen and you didn't hear him at all. And that's your man. So when y'all talk about y'all in this together, in it together means you believe your man when he tells you something. So anyway, Karen added, I don't know who decided to ruin your day, honey, and frankly, I don't care, but I didn't take that pic. And so I'm with Aaron now, and I have moved on. Then Karen tells Fatima that Zach was wrong for coming at her the way that he did in the restaurant and putting hands on Aaron, and Fatima agreed. And Karen asked, her to go tell Zach that for her, please. And Fatima said, yeah, with the attitude, kind of rolling her eyes. And then so Karen wants to talk to Andy alone, and Andy's like, no, Fatima's staying the night. But then Fatima said, nah, I'm going to go home and talk to Zach. Clearly, didn't she say that? I'm going to go home and talk to Zach. But then doesn't actually want to talk to him when she gets there. Tell me about that one. That pissed me off. So then Karen, apologizes again once Fatima leaves, and she and Andy, they talk, and I see that Karen doesn't know how to apologize without trying to throw in some shade or something by asking Andy, so will you get over it? And Andy said, yeah. She said, because you tend to hold on to things and act different. I said, girl, if you gonna apologize. Stop being a biatch about it, okay? It's like, come on, grow up. So then Karen tells us she had to sneak out once Aaron went to sleep and that she's going to the salon. Then she added, I love you. And Andy said, yeah, I know. She didn't say it back, but she just said, yeah, I know. And then Karen said, I'll see you tomorrow. And then she left. I'm like, they have a meeting tomorrow or something we don't know about? I don't know why that was. But anyway, then we got Gary. He's calling Hayden again and tells him that the money was in the account and that a friend he has in the transport station told him it was a wire transfer from a gangster. So when Gary mentioned the name, Hayden remembered that Andy represented that person, in a divorce. So they realized that Andy put Robin and this guy together. So Hayden said that he knows his brother and will talk to him in the morning. And Gary asked, do you think he'll rescind it? And Hayden said that he don't know, but Robin has to be paying a lot of damn interest right now. Anyway, all Gary keeps saying is that I can't believe she did this to me. And Hayden said, I guess she wants him here. I said, ooh. Hayden ain't gonna miss out on a moment to throw that at him too. So Gary don't want to hear that, and Hayden says, "Sorry, man, the truth hurts." And then Gary hangs up the phone and calls Andy and asks to come over. And after a bit of pleading from Gary, Andy finally says yes. Then it moves on to Fatima. She comes into the house and Zach is laying on the couch and he tries to talk to Fatima, who's saying that she only came back there to get some clothes. Really, Fatima? Now here we are. After Karen told you what actually happened, Zach is being mature and trying to talk to you, and it seems as if you really don't want to. She's telling him it's all good. But he's like, no, please talk to me. It's not good. It's not fine. So Zach is apologizing. Fatima is like, fine, but you can't be talking to me like that. And Zach added that, you know what? You said some ish as well, and Fatima's like, well, I never talked to you like that before. And so I'm asking, so why do it now? Why do it now, Fatima? Because you doing it because you didn't trust him and believe him when he said something. And then he got crazy, went out there, act a fool based off of the energy that you fed him. He should have realized and learned how to control it, but that's how it triggered him. You triggered him. And what she's going to have to realize is that there are triggers that when she's met with her mate, or her fiance, husband, whatever he is, you can't be hitting those triggers and sending him off on a tangent and then get mad when he comes back because you set it off. If y'all understand what I'm saying. Anyway, so I'm like, why you gonna say something now? Why you talking to him like now? So Zach is begging her to stay and she's like, you don't even want me here. I was like, come on, girl, with that. Zach like, that isn't true. I have said it 1,000 times. This place ain't a place if you're not here. I'm wrong. He kept saying. And she's like, good, I'm glad you know. And I'm sitting there going, what? And then he goes, the fact that Karen could have us arguing back and forth like this, I can't deal with it. And Fatima said that Karen can't make us be like this, Zach. She doesn't have that kind of power. And I'm not mad at Karen. I was like, first of all, she does have that power over you because the fact that you see her kissing him on the face it ignited something inside of you. So she does have that power over you, Fatima, whether you're admitting it or not. But y'all let me know down in the comment section if I'm wrong about this, but Karen obviously has some type of power if you see a picture of her kissing Zach and it set you off the way you did to the point that you didn't believe Zach when he said, I did not kiss her back. And the fact that the other thing I don't like is that Karen told her what happened and she never came back home and apologized to Zach for it. She never said, I spoke to Karen. She never told him any of that. And I have a problem with that because you're supposed to be sharing everything and telling everything. And she should have told him that as soon as she got in the door. See, she wanted everything to be told to her when she walks through the door. But as soon as she got in that door, she should have been telling Zach what went down at Andy's. So Zach, realizing that Fatima's still mad, Zach said, well, can we go to bed mad together? She's like, you don't have a reason to be mad. I said, what? Yes, he does. And he said, no, I don't. I'm like, yes, you do. She didn't believe you. She called you a liar. You do have a reason to be mad. So he says, so can we go to bed? You go to bed mad and I go to bed happy together. And she said, no, you can sleep on the couch. I said, see, you're still wrong, Fatima. And Zach says, fine, as long as you stay. So Zach says, sorry again, asks for a kiss. And Fatima says, no. I'm like, wow, come on, girl, grow up. And he says, I love you. And she doesn't even say it back, which shows a lack of maturity on her part. Because I don't care if you have a disappointment, argument. All you worried about is he said, my house. That's your big complaint when you didn't trust him? That's the bigger complaint. The fact that he told you he didn't do anything wrong and you didn't believe it and you believed your girlfriend or a picture. That is the bigger problem than him saying, I ain't sleeping on the couch in my house. So her priorities is kind of screwed up to me, if you ask me, but I don't know. But Zach is like begging. I'm like, is he going to turn into a little puppy dog, like doing everything she says just to keep her? Because I'm hoping that's not what he's going to do. He needs to come into his own. You went through that stuff with Karen. Now you can't be going through it with Fatima. We just can't have it. But anyway, that's why, guys, I'm still like a little riled up. So anyway, now it's morning. Aaron has cooked breakfast for Karen. Oh, yes, he has. Let me stop. I love when I see It's Morning. I think of that Shirley Murdoch song, As We Lay. It's morning. Anyway, so Karen can't eat because she's been nauseous and stuff. She apologizes to Aaron for Zach's behavior the night before. She tells him that she apologized to Andy and that Fatima was there. And of course, Aaron asks, how did that go? And she just said, it went. And Karen asks, well, he see Zach at the basketball court, and if so, be careful. Aaron's like, why? Well, when Zach gets something in his head, he just goes with it for a long time, and he just sticks with it. And Aaron said, everything will be okay, don't worry. Now, she's saying the same thing about Andy. She's saying, Andy don't let stuff go. Now you're saying Zach don't let stuff go. But the bottom line is, she ain't letting stuff go because she's forgetting that she fired Zach. Let's just say that. You dumped Zach. You got rid of Zach. You threw him, but you can't let it go that he has moved on after you did that. You can't let things go, Karen. You can't let it rest. That's why you're so mean and so nasty towards him with those letter writings and all of that stuff. Anyway, I digress. So now we got Sabrina. Sabrina gets a call from, what's her name? Bayou? And who wants to come over and ask her some more questions. Mind you, Calvin is laying in her bed. Then she tells him Bio's coming over, and Calvin is like, fine, I'll leave. And Sabrina tells him that, you know, Calvin, we're not together. And he reminds her of how disrespectful Bio was to them, but in the restaurant that time, but how she still talks to him. And she said, I know, but I like him. And then she said, he's coming over to ask more questions. She thinks and hopes it's about Maurice, but she originally told Calvin she did tell him it was about Maurice. Anyway, here we go with that bad writing. So he asks her what she'll have to do for the money. And she's like, don't go there. Don't say that. And anyway, she tells Calvin not to be jealous. And he told her it's not just about Maurice, Sabrina. She knows that she is feeling him as well. And Sabrina was having a hard time admitting this to Calvin. So Calvin leaves, and then Bio arrives, says he thought about her request. And for the 1.5 mil, it's a lot of money. But he said, you trust him? She goes, yes. And you sure he won't run? I promise. I said, girl, you can't promise that. You cannot control Maurice. So he said, if this will help him get out, I will do it for you. She hugs and kisses him with tears in her eyes. And she's saying, thank you. And oh my God. And hands like in a prayer. And she all dramatic about it. And she says thank you over and over again. Then she calls Andy and tells her that a wonderful friend of hers will give up the money for Maurice. And Andy says, okay, and tells Sabrina to give her Bio's number and that someone from her office will get in touch with him to provide the necessary details. Then Andy asks, who is this friend? But Sabrina didn't say anything. And Andy said, oh, you can't talk right now. And then added, she'll be in touch with her later. And we got Gary and Andy. Now they're talking in the penthouse, and Andy asks Gary, what's his deal? And he admits he doesn't want Robin around her. She tells, she tried to act like she didn't know that he was coming to the office and what was going on. But then she, was like, what's your deal? She wanted to know. And he tells her, I don't want Robin around you. And she tells him that Robin is her boss and that she was close to making a partner. But with him and the shareholders moving things around, it pushes her further away. She says she was just protecting her interests and that she doesn't want to talk about Robin and Gary's business with him. So she tells him he's not the only one who can make moves in business. And she kisses him. And then they leave together for work. So then Maurice calls Calvin, and Calvin tells him that the African may give Sabrina the money to get the African to get him out of jail. And Maurice is asking, why would he do that? He goes, is Sabrina effing him? And Calvin's like, what? And he goes, oh, are you effing her? And Calvin is like, Maurice, really? We're doing this? So then he apologized and then asked, should he call Sabrina? And Calvin said, no, just wait. And Sabrina said that she would call him if Bio said yes. Maurice tells Calvin that they put a very cute man in his cell. And Calvin told him to be careful because he's a sucker for a handsome face. Maurice said, I got this. I know what to do. I'm like, honey, that's what you said about Q. Quincy, if you're nasty. That's what you said about him. And that's what got you in trouble when Sabrina kept telling you. And you was like, I know what I'm doing, Sabrina. I know what I'm doing. Anyway, then we got Fatima. She comes downstairs and Zach wants to talk. And again, Fatima's trying to avoid him. But Zach tells her, I know you don't have to be to work this early. Then, with attitude, she says, what is it, Zach? And I'm like, see, her behavior is totally immature if you ask me. But he tells her to stop trying to avoid him. He knows how he hurt her and will work harder or try better to control when he is mad. She's like, that's good. She asks him to tell her how he effed up. Because he said, I effed up. And she's like, how did you F up? What did he do? And Zach says, I made you feel like we weren't in this together. But didn't she make him feel that same way when she called him a liar? Didn't she make him feel that way? So Fatima said, I don't need my name on the deed. I just need you to never treat me like that again. And I said, and that goes both ways. That's me. But how is it that she doesn't realize how she treated him by not believing what he said? Not to mention, Karen confirmed it. Wow, that is so sad because she didn't even tell him about it and then apologized and said, I was wrong, Karen said, or something. So anyway, now she needs them to just move on. She, like I said, never apologize. Then she gets a call from Tamara and says her name is Heather on the phone. She hangs up and Zach is like looking at her and she said, oh, that was Tamara's going to that girl that I hooked up with Hayden. She's going to throw a jealous fit today and want Hayden to drop Heather. So you should be getting a call from her today or something like that. And Zach asks, who are you right now? You know, she tells Zach that Tamara has got Hayden wrapped around her little finger. And so Zach asks, are we good? And Fatima says, yeah. Zach asks, are you sure? And Fatima said, I wouldn't still be handling business for you if I wasn't sure. She said, because trust me, if I was still mad, I wouldn't be doing this. And Zach said, thank you. I love you. And Fatima said, I know you do. And Zach is like, don't play with me, Fatima. And she says, oh, I love you too. But I'm like, and she still didn't kiss him goodbye. Come on. So then Zach said that he will see her for lunch, and she said she'll think about it. And Zach said, while you're thinking about it, I'll be waiting in your lobby for you. I said, that's right. So now we have Danny in bed with Q, and she has a pile of blankets in between them as a barrier of protection. She said, I'm like, why? Didn't y'all just F last night? Didn't you just have sex with him last night? So then Danny is telling Q he needs to leave and go home. Well, that thing on your ankle, she wants to know, will that thing on his ankle tell them where he is? And he says yes. And she says, oh, so you gonna get your ass arrested? And he said it was worth it. I said, oh, so Q is like, let's hop in the shower, and go to work together. And she said, it's time for you to leave. And Q is like, wait, didn't we have a good time last night? And Danny said, yeah, glorious. Yeah, we did. So I'm not a bad guy then. She said, you're a convict. And Q was like, damn. So this is how you do? You F dudes and then kick them out? I said, oh, shoot. Because his attitude changed and Danny heard it. Danny started slowly getting her butt out of the bed and then asked, is that what you do? And he just looked at her like, whatever. So he went into the bathroom to take a shower because she had to stand up. I said she should have been looking for a weapon because she got scared. She really got scared, and y'all could see it on her face. So then Preston called while Q was in the bathroom and asked could he stop by, and Danny gave him some BS that she's getting ready for work. She accused him of begging too much, and he left her know that he wasn't begging and that he just happened to be calling, and he said, check that I did call first before showing up. And she said, yes, I see that. So I think they made plans to meet later or something like that night. So then Sabrina comes into Danny's apartment, very excited to give her the news about Bio. Danny asks why she came there. And Sabrina's like, because you wasn't answering your damn phone. And she said, I wanted to give you the good news. So then she sniffs the sheets and asks, who's in there? And Danny was like, ew, like you sniffing the sheets. And she said, it's someone you don't know. And then she's I think she got up like trying to get her to leave or something like that. And then Q comes out of the bathroom butt naked. And Sabrina turns around and sees him. And she's like, oh my God. And Q is shocked as well. And I hope that they jump his ass. And in the words of Bernie Mac, beat his ass down until the white meat shows. And that's what I am hoping for this episode. So that's how it ended, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode as well. And for those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel, please take a moment now, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. I'll see you in the next video. It's your girl Barbie J saying peace.